What's up, you guys? My name is Maka. This is
Cole.
and we are back with another Taco Tuesday after a very long hiatus. This is episode 9 now. We didn't cook. We ordered some food instead because this shit's so bomb. I mean, like, look at this. We got beef barbacoa, chicken, and pulled pork. Carnitas or something. I don't remember, but we got a lot of tacos, and we got a new hot sauce brought to you by Lucifer's House of Heat. Let's go. But we got the Last Dab Apollo hot sauce, and apparently the guy at the store said this is pretty hot. I don't know what the exact Scoville unit is. I'd need to look that up. But yeah, I've never tried it. Cole's never tried it, and it's apparently hot, so. Is it fucked?
It's not hiding. It's not hiding, at all. I don't know how much to put on, but I'm not gonna liberally apply.
I mean,
I'm good. Fuck.
Oh man, I'm sweating. I'm not gonna lie already.
I think that's gonna be plenty.
It smells really good though. All right. What? Oh no. Oh no! Let's eat these tacos and then let's dive in. Cheers, brother.
I'm just gonna. I gotta even it out here.
Why am I sweating? Already? I haven't even fucking had.
Okay.
Fuck. All right.
I don't mind it.
No, it tastes really good. All the last dabs so far tasted amazing. This one is different though, how it builds and hits than the Pepper X one, because that's why we got this one. This one is the
I like how it
one.
opens your nostrils and your eyes get wide. It's an exhilarating feeling.
Yeah, it's dopamine straight up. It's really good.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
I'll go tomorrow.
I can see how it'd suck for if you're just eating chicken wings on the show. That would suck because that's the only thing that's on it. But actually as a vessel, where you have a vessel, it's actually not. It's pretty solid.
This is weird. This is very different.
You don't. It's not even on the tip of your tongue. It's towards the middle to the back and your whole mouth versus where your tongue is just on fire.
It's your whole mouth. Yeah, that's the difference. All the other ones, you feel it. I swear, this is just my mouth is just on fire. Way more than the other hot sauces I've done on the show so far.
Yeah. Breath is warm.
Breathing fire, literally. Whew. I don't think I've sweat this much from I'm crying. The Last Dab Apollo. So the other one we've done before on the show is the Last Dab Pepper X experience. And the guy at the shop said, this one's consistent. Apparently the Pepper X one can be very batchy, and you can get a a less hot one.
Because they're still figuring out the pepper strain because it's just a cluster.
Because it's the pretty much newest pepper.
Yeah.
And it is the hottest pepper in the world, but it's when it's boiled down, it can vary the heat temp. So I'm pretty sure the one we had is pretty damn hot because we've had it a few times. A few people have tried it, and it's pretty fucked. But yeah, it was interesting to hear. This one is hot. I don't know. It has good flavor though. I like it. I'm gonna use this.
Well, I mean, also too, you said you're sweating, kind of crying. Anthony Bourdain said the only thing to cure a hangover is spicy Szechuan food, smoke a joint, and ice cold Coca-Cola. I remember you telling me about the space yacht thing in the summer, but I didn't realize it was coming out in December. I actually really like it.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one. That one,
no, you crushed it.
Long time coming.
So how did that come to be?
I wrote the track literally last year.
Yeah.
And reached out to a vocalist, being Jamie. Shout out Jamie Duras. And had an instrumental, sent her the track. She wrote the all original piece that you hear now. It took a lot of going back and forth with just mixing and making sure the track was where I want it to be. From my end, her vocals were mint. Took a long time to mix those, but other than that, it was literally just going back and forth. It was a love-hate relationship with that track for a very long time. It was literally probably on and off for like 6 months straight up. And then I finally was like happy with it, like probably in the summer.
Bro, you're sweating.
I'm crying.
Continue.
Once I was happy with it, it took a long time, but I was like, okay, no, it's done. It's like radio ready, like good level. And then sent it off to Space Shop. And I've sent them stuff before. There's some other tracks that they're interested in, which is super dope. So Tune Reactor
Oh, yeah,
is like...
yeah. So you just did a tune. So what? You just submitted it on that and they listened to it on stream and they're like, we fuck with it?
Yeah. Like, craziest shit is submitting your song to A&R and having them, like, live stream react to it. And then, like, being like, either we want to sign it on stream or we really fuck with this and, like, bookmark it. And then, yeah. So how that all came to be, though, is kind of crazy because I had them sent them a track in the summer, which is a different track, which is what I played at Fort. And and they wanted to sign that one on the spot, and Goshfather was on the stream as well, and it was like the craziest experience. It was super dope. I'm really excited for that one to come out eventually. And then I sent them this one literally like a month or 2 months later, and originally they wanted to put out the other track first, and it was like, yeah, we're expecting to put this out in November, December, yada yada. And then didn't hear back from them for a bit, and then a month ago, or like almost 2 months ago, I get an email from them saying that they wanted to sign the second track and have that one come out. And so here we are. And yeah, I'm super stoked. Shout out Rami, shout out Henry, shout out the whole Space Out gang. Like their label, like them as people and individuals are incredible, but also like their label is just so forward thinking and like...
And they keep it real. Like I feel like there's so much fluff and everyone's just trying to like put on this perfect persona these days. And like their like sense of humor and how they like brand everything is just like, it's cool and it's authentic.
Yeah, no, it's really authentic.
Nothing's authentic anymore.
Yeah, for sure. And like, dude, their growth has also just been insane. Like, I've watched them develop and grow like probably since like 2019, 2018 maybe. I don't even know. When No Thanks and some of the homies were on them. And it's been crazy, the trajectory, like especially in the last like 2 years even. And like they just won Hype Label of the Month on Beatport, which is dope too.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty fire. Yeah, so good shit. I'm very excited. But, okay. Dude, tell the people a little bit about you.
I guess Christmas this year will be, I've been doing music for 13 years.
Congrats.
That's huge. So that's cool. But I didn't really start taking it seriously until, like, it's so funny to say, like, maybe, like, grade 11 in, like, high school. I'd always been DJing and always had a setup in my bedroom. But I grew up around the entire entity of Shambhala. My dad has been like involved and like worked with Shambhala for like 20 years. This last year was his like 20th anniversary of going and being involved. And I've been going to the farm ever since I was like a young kid, being raised by like a single dad. He just brought me along for the ride.
Yeah. How young?
And,
I'm asking.
Oh, I think the first time I went there I was like 5.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was like that, but that was pre-show.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he would go and like do the art or like go build shit, and like that's just kind of like what he brought me along for. And then I would stay with my grandparents like during the festival, and then he would always come back, like the car would be covered in like dust and he would have no voice and he would look like shit, and I'm like, it was like that was just my normal every summer. I would go to my grandma's, we'd go camping, and my dad would come home and I'd be like, why does he look like so haggard? And then I just done my first year of high school. It was like grade 10 and going into grade 11. This was 2016. Or no, sorry, 2018. I lied. 2018. And my dad really wanted me to experience it because I was like, I wasn't sure. I was also too playing like high performance soccer at the time too. And I was like, do I want to go do music or do I want to go soccer? And then like one morning on my way to school, my dad was like, yeah, you have 2 choices. He's like, music or soccer. He's like, I don't see you going anywhere with soccer. And I was like, then and there, I was like, all right, sounds good.
Damn,
and
fair enough.
Yeah, no, he's always kept it real with me. And then yeah, like I played like a little bit more in high school, and then after I was done, I like quit. But that summer of like grade 10 going into grade 11, he had messaged, or he had called Robbie Campbell, DJ Soup. Shout out Rob, shout out Soup, shout out Pagoda family.
Represent.
Yeah, of course. And he had called Robbie and was like, yo, like, is there any way that like Colton can like come and like see the festival? Like, I just feel like I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to do. It was just something that my dad kind of force fed onto me and was like, you're going to do this music thing. And I was like, fuck you. I want to play Call of Duty and fucking go to house parties.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, no, go downstairs, practice your beat matching. And I was like, fuck you. So that was like, kind of was like our like, give and pull. But yeah, he ended up calling and Robbie was like, well, I mean, I've got like a 4 p.m. slot. He's like, he's been DJing, right? And Lars was
grade
like,
11?
summer of going into grade 11.
Damn.
I didn't even know this conversation happened. And then I was just on the bus going or coming home from school and I like refresh Instagram. My DJ name was on the Pagoda poster in the bottom left corner. I just was like, what?
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to use CDJs. I was on Serato. Yeah, it was super funny. I remember pulling up and I had like my huge flight case with my like Roland controller that I saved up for like 3 summers to buy. I like pulled up with my laptop, my computer overheated. I had to start my set to like 10 minutes late and it was like, yeah, it was a pretty funny experience. But that was like, I had grown up my entire life seeing like my dad like talk about this because it was just like a farm when I went.
Yeah.
I never got to see what the party was like.
Yeah.
It all kind of like clicked and I was like, I get it now. Mm-hmm. The general public doesn't really like know because it's just like on my EPK. But like when I went there, I didn't have ID.
Yeah.
I had my high school ID and my like care card.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you have ID? I was like, no. And they're like, what do you mean you don't have ID? And I was like, I don't have ID. And then they were like, oh yeah, you're the fucking kid, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, from then on until actually probably about recently, like that was what I was just like, I was like the kid.
Yeah.
That was what everyone called me. And like, I don't take it personally anymore, but like before, like fucking triggered me. I was like, fuck you, I'm not a fucking kid. But I was. And I just decided to like lean into it, whatever. It doesn't suck being young. I went into grade 11 that year and I posted about it on Instagram and like not one person my age was like, thought it was cool.
Yeah.
They didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, he's doing some fucking weird fucking EDM shit.
No, yeah.
And
mean,
I
that
was like,
still
and
so
I thought
young.
I was the fucking man.
Yeah.
And then like everyone was like, what?
Well, EDM in general is still so infant as well then. It was like still, I think only now is when we're really starting to see it become more like mainstream, which sounds crazy because anyone that's actually in it is like, you know, you could say that it's been mainstream for
Like since 2010.
Yeah, exactly, at least.
Yeah. My dad was like always like, yeah, the kids your age aren't going to understand what it is and they're not going to for a while, but like just keep
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me. He's like, it'll come out of the wash eventually and like people will like think it's cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. One very valuable lesson that a lot of, I think, artists can take into account is that if you get booked for something once, that doesn't mean you're going to get booked for it again, regardless of how good of a job you do. And I had this belief that I was going to be playing every year. And especially with like what I do now for work, it's like, you don't want people to think you're doing favoritism. A lot of people like to assume and have high expectations. And I just feel like for you to not be let down as an artist and get demotivated, you just have to have zero expectations.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not real until you press play.
For sure. And also though, I think like on that topic, like so many people, and this is in pretty much all walks of life, but feel super entitled. Like that's on the same thing. It's like, oh, I deserve this. I need to be doing this, like this. And it's like, no, like...
You don't deserve shit.
You don't deserve shit, prove it. And also, like, work for your shit. Like, everyone that is at the top and everyone that has done amazing things, like your favorite artists, whatever, like, they all grinded their asses off.
With all of that, the summer I graduated, I ended up meeting... I actually ended up getting booked to DJ this, like, weird kind of, like, pool party like thing in like in my hometown. And they were like, yo, like, can you come DJ for us? I was like, yeah, but I'm like, I knew it was like a university kind of like summer party, and I was like, there's no way I'm bringing DJ equipment to that. And they're like, no, we like got this other kid. And I was like, okay. And then I didn't have my driver's license. He sent me the number to this guy and I texted him. I was like, yo, like, what kind of equipment you got? By the way, can you pick me up? And the guy was like, yeah, that's cool, sounds good, I'll pick you up around this time and we'll go together. And that ended up me meeting Eddie, which is my business partner, my best friend. And him and I started RBR, like Raised by Raves, that following year.
What year is that?
And the first event that we did was October 28th, 2020.
Yeah.
But we had gotten baked one night, and he had been pitching this idea to me. It's funny, with me being like raised by like going to Shambhala and being like raised by raves, it's so funny. I didn't even come up with a name.
Yeah.
Eddie was off of his rocker after smoking a joint and came up with the name, and he texted me about it. And I was like, what the fuck do you know about raving?
Yeah.
I was like, you have DJ'd university parties. I was like, shut up. Because I always thought I was so cool. And he was like, dude, I think this is a really good name. And I shot it down instantly, but was like, keep it as an Instagram handle. We revisited it. The usernames were available. And we're like, well, might as well do something with this.
Yeah.
And it kind of stuck.
There you go. And now Raised by Raves is almost at its 5th year anniversary.
We just had our 4th on Halloween this year.
Yeah.
And if there's anything I can advise to any artist starting out, don't start your career and an artist collective and navigating your early 20s all at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a couple like moments where I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, for sure.
And also being an arrogant asshole it's not a very good trifecta.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of humbling moments, a lot of moments where I was like, I'm gonna quit, I'm done. I'm over this. Mm-hmm. And every single dollar I've ever made has gone into this. Yeah, now we're 4 years in. We've got 15 people on the team. Yeah. I'm pretty anal about things being like very on brand, and like that's just kind of like very meticulous. And
I know.
And I don't have the patience to book a videographer and explain how I want things. I'd rather just have someone on my team and pay them and just bring them with me.
Yeah.
So we have a person for every single job that you need.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just kind of like I wanted everything in house. Like we have everything from DJs, producers, graphic design, photographers, videographers, video editors, animating posters. Like everything is like I have a person for every single job that I need. I don't like trusting people. It's not my thing. It's funny because I think a lot of artists are like, people have this vision that we're just like jaded or like pissed off, but like there's so many layers to this industry that like people don't actually understand 100%. Or they don't even see
100%.
That like actually like makes you question if you want to continue.
For sure. There's so much shit.
Dude,
that's a very, very, there's deep layers behind
the lore is endless.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I'm jaded, I'm just more like reserved.
No, yeah, your guard's up.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. I think like most people who have their guard, like they know when to let their guard down, but they have their guard up initially because they've been burned in the past. They've gone through all these experiences. Like it's a never-ending story.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to have like people that I can rely on and trust, and like that we're all kind of like a family in a safe space where like, you know, if I'm at the end of the day, if I'm like struggling with something or like, well, I'll just like shoot a text into our group chat and like, I'll get like 5 replies and be like, yo, what's going on? And that's just kind of like, I feel we don't have enough support for artists trying to like, for like mental health and stuff like that. I feel like there's not enough talk about it, and especially with men.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just something that I always wanted to build, was something of like a safe space where like, even for our events, like anyone from anywhere can come, and it's like, it's a way for you to like feel safe from the outside world, and like you're not going to be judged 100 like at all.
Yeah.
Slightly by me, maybe, depending on the mood, but I'm just joking. But yeah, like completely like judgment free, and like so then you can like just do your
very Shambhala vibes in itself, because Shambhala is like, I think the only place that I've ever been where it's like it is impossible to be the weirdest person there.
You could literally be walking in the middle of the day, butt ass naked, and some dude's gonna come dab you up and be like, "Nice hog."
Yeah, pretty much. Just
and
like,
he's not even gay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just like sick.
Yeah,
and like that will like I've done that once. That's why I bring that up.
Crazy.
But that's something that's like so beautiful about that place, and like that's kind of like an ethos that we've wanted to bring into like Raised by Raves, is just like making it so anyone feels welcome. I feel like we're in such a world with social media and like judgment, and like we're all comparing, and like body dysmorphia.
All this bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
It's too much shit.
Just like just do your thing, own it, go to therapy if you need to.
Yeah. Yo, therapy, like, dude. Very undervalued. Speaking of support for men, that is like probably one of the most like undervalued and like underappreciated things is therapy. I think everyone should go to therapy.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like, where do you ever have a chance to talk with someone who is like really grounded, dialed the fuck in, and you're free
Unbiased.
to talk about whatever you want, and like yourself in like you can be the most arrogant person. And like the other person, like that's what you're literally there for. You're literally there to talk about you.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. You don't have that really with like anybody else.
One thing that I struggle with is like, especially like coming to like cities for shows or whatever, is making sure that like you're eating well and taking care of yourself and sleeping well.
For sure.
I don't even know why. Like, I'm not even DJing that much right now, but like I have like full on insomnia and I have to like sleeping pills so I can like sleep.
Yeah.
That's an issue. And I don't even play late sets anymore.
Yeah.
But is like a good sleep schedule. I strongly suggest therapy, and also too like making sure you're feeding yourself.
And good food.
Yeah. And
Not
there's
like processed garbage.
yeah, and there's a food service I use called
Fresh Cut?
yeah.
Fresh Cut's
And
good.
I'm trying to figure out a way so then we can do like with RBR that we have like a discount code so then artists can like try out cooking for themselves
Yeah.
and like really pushing it so then like artists don't have to feel like they can just like survive off pizza and stuff.
Yeah.
Cuz like when we started RBR, I survived off ramen
Yeah.
just to make it work and pay rent.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I just like don't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah, but I also think that like going through the struggle, I think everyone should go through and like inevitably goes through some sort of struggle in their journey, whether it be like an artist, a DJ, or like starting a business, or I don't know, trying to achieve your like dreams. I think that's like a very key like chapter of anyone's life in order to get to the next stage. It's very rare where you have someone from my observations where they've never gone through a period of struggle. As wild as that sounds, like I don't know.
It's facts.
I think that's
I don't feel like I deserve anything if I don't struggle for it.
Yeah, dude, and I agree. I think that's like
I get imposter syndrome about it.
it does something to you, especially if you're a driven individual. It pushes you to be like, no, like this is not the lifestyle that I want to live. I want to live this lifestyle. I need to get that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. How do I get it? And I don't know. It just forces you to figure everything out and like be able to. How do I afford the bills this month? Whatever, yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
I just always know I'm gonna make it work, regardless.
Exactly.
So I don't stress out about it anymore.
Exactly,
I've
and that's
lived-
the mindset though.
I've just lived basically like with like literally $4 to my name, paycheck to paycheck, and just known that it's gonna work out. And like I don't even get anxious about having no money in my bank account anymore. And that's a problem. That's bad. That's really bad. And now that like when I get money, I'm like, oh my god, what can I buy?
Yeah.
And then I go back to that, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, interesting.
So
So you had a crazy, wild introduction to music, being pushed into music from your dad, and then started playing shows at a very young age, and then starting RBR as a recap. Now we're here.
having my dad sign permission forms so I could go play club sets. I just
Also insane.
Yeah, I just sit in green rooms until I performed and then get escorted and then escorted out.
Wild. Like actually wild. This is crazy cold lore dropping today. But what about producing? When did you get into? You were DJing for a very long time, and then you started taking it seriously. Obviously,
I had a buddy explain what keys were to me, like, I think it was like 4 years ago. I was like, it was so funny, like, some tracks would just, like, be mixing well, and I would be like, why is this, like, sound so good? And he goes, yeah, they're in key, and I was like, what does that mean? And he goes, what?
that's wild.
6 years in, I didn't know what a key was. Serato user.
Fucking Serato.
Serato user. It's like Tron user. And then he explained it to me. I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Mm-hmm. I think after that, that's when I started like tapping into like, I basically write all my music in E minor. I don't know why. It's just like that key and just like kind of like, it's like a bit more emotive and a bit more like soft and like a bit more like emotional.
It's a great key.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know I come off as hard as fuck, but like I'm just a soft boy on the inside.
When did you start producing? When did you make the transition?
Oh, I think I wrote my first song when I was like in 2018, but then didn't do anything after that. And then actually seriously working on music the last year. Mm-hmm. But I've had Ableton for 5 years. Mm-hmm. I just pushed it off because dude, it's fucking easy to go and plug your USB in and go DJ. You look cool. There's not a lot of shit you have to do, but as soon as you start making something like from you,
The learning curve.
not even a learning curve, it's scary. And I didn't
That
have the balls to put myself out there like that. And I was never scared to do anything in my life, but that was like something that like scared me shitless.
Vulnerability, probably.
Yeah. Also too, I didn't really understand the type of style that I wanted to do. And I feel like that's something that a lot of artists struggle with, is like finding your sound, but it's not about finding your sound. And also too, as long as it's good, it doesn't matter.
Dude, exactly.
And dubstep DJs at like Lost Lands, for instance, playing like house sets, like it does, like as long as it's good and like you're having fun, people are gonna like it.
Yeah. I think that, dude, on that topic, that is one of the reasons why I don't care necessarily. Like, I make what I'm feeling. Like, literally, whatever I'm feeling, if I fuck with it and it sounds good, then I'm down to make that. Like, I think a lot of people and a lot of artists or people that are looking to be artists, like, have this, like, concept in their head where they, like, have to be in a box, and they're like, what is my sound? Oh, like, I need to, if I'm making house, like, I can only make house. And then that's scary because they're like, well, what if I want to make garage one day? What if I want to make fucking, I don't know, ambient music another day? And stuff like that. And then you realize, yeah, and I think, like, John Summit has done an excellent job in, like, making people realize, like, wait, you can do, like, whatever you want, pretty much. I mean, look at Skrillex. Perfect example. Bro makes insane house music. It used to make, like...
Dropped a Loco Dice tune, like, last week.
Yeah, and it's fucked. It's so crazy. Right? And I don't know.
Yeah, the sound that I'm working on right now just feels very genuine to me.
Nice.
And
Melodic?
like yeah, of course.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I would say like
I
would say it's like a mix of like my inspirations for it are like Christoph, Hot Since 82,
Nice.
Prita, and like Yours Sworn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very fun. So very
It's Euro.
Ibiza.
Euro.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
We love it.
I'm trying
here for it.
Yeah, I want to be playing in the sunset in Mykonos
Yes.
with like a super dope Negroni in my hand and like an
yeah,
open
dude.
open button shirt and
Fuck
just
yes, bro. That's what we're here for.
yeah, I'm
feel that,
over
bro.
the dark warehouses. I'm like I'm over
100%.
it.
I feel that.
You can't get Negronis at 4 a.m.
No. You can't get crazy sunsets
No.
and fucking vibing in tropical islands.
Yeah. So it's like
I'm about it.
yeah, just a
fuck with that.
perspective shift, and I think that like actually like learning how to like communicate and how to like regulate my shit has like really shift my perspective with music.
Nice.
And like I've always liked that music, but it didn't like I'm talking about my stuff
Yeah.
and releasing that energy. So
Yeah.
what is actually true to me is what I'm making.
Yeah,
Before that's what I wanted to make that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't bring myself to it because I had so much pent up anger and
Yeah,
so much emotion in myself.
yeah.
It was like this is the only way that's gonna get like I'm gonna exert it.
Yeah.
So that was a trip. That was weird. But
That's
like
dope,
it's
though. I
pretty
love to
cool
hear that.
realization.
It is interesting how your emotions are often reflected in the music that you make.
And
like,
childhood
the
and
state,
just like
everything, yeah.
it's a trip.
It is very trip. That's something that I noticed, like, even with my biggest track, like Just Like That, for example. Like, I made that, and like my emotions in that time and like in that track, like I feel are very much like represented because at the time and place and everything that was happening in my life and all that stuff, that's what it was. Like, it was like vibes, you know, and it was like a very good place. And I feel like this most recent track, same kind of thing. Like, I wanted to create that beauty and like something that's feel good, because that's truly how I was feeling in the summer when I wrote it literally like a year ago, and then continued to work on it and whatever. Last question. First off, thank you for coming on. I hope you enjoyed the tacos.
Those are great.
Hot sauce was good.
I actually enjoyed it, and there's no spice in my mouth.
Yeah, like it's
It
good.
was a nice sweat.
Yeah. It was nice. It was comfy.
Yeah, it was like a nice little sauna sesh.
Yeah. What are you most thankful for this year, and why?
I think mending, or not mending, but like strengthening relationships
Nice.
and accepting humility.
Nice.
And my therapist, Ken.
Yeah. I was gonna say shout out the therapist.
Shout out Ken.
Big shout out.
Yeah. And I've been just like really trying to not do external work. I've been trying to do internal work where like I'm working on my actual like my own shit
Yeah.
and like trying to mature as like an adult
Yep.
and like figure like life out.
Yep.
I lost myself in the process of building this company and like building myself as an artist, and like now I've like been able to like pull back. Companies doing its thing. Everyone's taken care of. It's all good.
Yeah.
And now I'm able to like take that time and put that energy and focus into myself. And like, I've never been happier.
Nice.
Wouldn't mind a couple extra grand in the bank account, but it'll come.
It'll come.
But my relationships and just like accepting that like I don't have it all figured out.
Yeah, dude.
Because none of us do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a part of the fun.
And nicotine sometimes.
We
It keeps me
love the nic.
calm.
We love
It
the
keeps me
nicotine.
calm. I'm trying to kick the vapes. I'll like go a month or two with not having one, and then I'll like have like a spur of like doing it 4 months in a row.
Yeah.
What are you grateful for this year?
Honestly, kind of on the same front. I feel like I'm grateful for the people in my life. I think like environment and the people you surround yourself with is a very
The most crucial.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think I'm probably most grateful for that, and yeah, really just the people in my life, because without the people in my life, I don't know if I would be where I am right now and how I am right now. Truly. I'm extremely
said.
grateful for Steph, of course. The best partner anyone could ever ask for. And I think Steph is also one of the reasons why I like really launched my solo project and like took this all seriously. Like the first song I wrote, actually, Thinking About You, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I wrote it about Steph. I wrote it in at night when I first, literally like a week or two after meeting Steph. And then the cover art of that song as well is one that our good friend Laura Zombie, shout out Laura Zombie, amazing talented artist, made, and it was like a representation of me and Steph. It's kind of crazy. Just being able to fucking live life and have
Hear
a roof over
music.
my head, make music, all this shit. I mean, yeah, we could get real deep with it, but I think that's a wrap. I think that's good. Again, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
I'm glad that we got to do an official one-on-one Taco Tuesday with a new hot sauce, and it was quite good.
I would recommend that.
Yeah,
If you want to like grow a pair, get that one.
there we go. You heard it here first from Cole, the man. Crazy amount of lore today. Thank you for sharing that.
And I'm going to pull a little promo here.
Okay.
I have a project that I have like been basically dreaming of since I was like 10. I've been working on it since May of this year, and it's like it's kind of a documentary set, like sort of thing. But yeah, it'll be finished in the next like month or so, and
Shit.
we'll be sharing that soon-ish.
The lore of Cole.
Yeah.
How I grew up as
Yeah.
a Shambhala baby.
No, not the amount of times I heard Nepo baby. Oh my God, that's it.
That's it. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.